Hi everybody, how's it going? So this video is basically after Grass Pop, because Grass Pop was a lot of fun. Now I've got the Festival Blues. What better way to deal with the Festival Blues than looking up other festivals that I want to go to? This is going to be my festival wish list. So all the ones that I've looked at previously I haven't got around to going to, all the other ones that I've looked at going to, and then like dream ones that I've like always wanted to go to, can never afford to go to, or logistically couldn't go to. I miss Grass Pop. Let's look at other festivals in the meantime. Cheers. That's all I've got. Pineapple though. Look at that can. Fucking mullered. Then you hate it when that happens. Just thumb it in, mate. Cheers. The first festival I was looking at going to, or I've always looked at going to, is Summer Breeze in Dinklesborough. Probably butchering that, but I'm sorry, I'm English, we're uneducated. It's very, very similar sort of vibes to Bloodstock. I actually reference, depending on who announces what, I sometimes reference Summer Breeze to see potentially who will get announced at Bloodstock. But their lineup is fantastic as well. For like example, this year you've got Machine Head, you've got Saxon, you've got Windrose, Blind Guardian, Static X, Obituary, you know, Unleashed, so many cool bands. Gojira are playing as well. Very cool festival. The one thing I like about German festivals is the camping. You can park, and where you park, that's where you camp. So you can drive your car or your camper van or anything like that and park, and then pitch your tent next to where you park. That's so cool. You don't have to walk 5 miles up the road to go into the campsite to then go and pitch your tent. It's literally park, there you go. You don't have to lump all your shit and all your beer and everything else about. Summer Breeze has always appealed to me. It just looks very, very similar vibes to Bloodstock, and that's simple as that, appeal wise, why I want to go. Pardon me. Fully independent festival in the middle of Germany. You know the beer's going to be good as well. So it looks like the beer is a company called Monschoff, probably butchering that as well. I apologise. I'm a mark for German beer. Oh, that looks nice. Even more motivation to go to Summer Breeze. Summer Breeze is definitely one of those ones I want to go to at some point. Summer Breeze is the first one I want to do, simply because it looks like Bloodstock. Very, very similar sort of bands. Some obviously different bands as well. It's not a complete carbon copy. You get some more German bands as well playing, which is really, really cool. I talked about with someone in my comments about my Grass Pop video is having more local bands playing these festivals. Like we saw Carnation play, but they were only a replacement for Cattle Decapitation, which is a shame. It would be cool to see more, you know, local or same nationality bands as the festival we're going to. So the next festival I want to talk about is a festival in Norway called Midgardsblot, which looks so fucking cool because it has traditional Viking Nordic sort of vibe to it. You have people going around like smelting stuff. There's like Viking battles. You learn how to use a shield and a sword and battle, and the lineup's fucking cool as well. Mayhem, Hypocrisy, Ensiferum, Mork are playing as well. So many cool bands. Psy are playing. The Japanese, lovely, awesome, black metal-y, weird trumpety band. That made sense. Yeah, Midgardsblot looks fucking sick. Third festival I want to talk about is the festival Tolminator. Tolminator is a fairly new festival, but it's all about the location for Tolminator, because what used to be in this location was Metal Days. Metal Days used to run along the river in Tolman, which the river runs from a glacier up in the mountains, and it's an ice cold river. So when it's hot as balls, we could have done with this at Grass Pop. When it's hot as balls, you can just jump in the river and you'll cool yourself off. Basically, people treat it like a little mini holiday. Metal Days moved location. The owner was a bit of a strange, weird con artist by the sounds of things, and then basically dissolved that festival after it moved away for 1 year or so. And Tolminator came along and said, oh, we can have this festival here instead. Again, another metal festival in that location is awesome. Tolminator is not a massive festival. Again, the lineup this year runs from bands like Creator, Ministry, Cradle of Filth, Cataclysm, Rotting Christ. Oh my god, this lineup's really good. Wolf Brigade, Omnium Gatherum, Midnight, Warbringer, Hellripper. Oh my god, that lineup's really good. There's so many cool bands that play there in a location that's a little mini paradise. And then you've got mountains as well that you can climb up to. I think there's like a castle at the top of the hill you can explore. There's caves and things like that you can go to. Things to do in and around the area, not just at the festival. But the festival itself looks really cool as well. There's some of the camping's out in the fields, but some of the tents, by the looks of things, you can camp in the middle of like the woods. So that's pretty sweet as well. I've seen a few videos online of last year's edition, and it just looks like a more of a chilled out festival, I'd say, because it has more of that holiday vibe. Works out really nicely, for a festival. If it's gun ho all the time, drinking all the time, it's very difficult to have that stamina. So have the stamina to do it for that many days. So how many days does this run for? It runs from the 23rd to the 27th. That's quite a few days. That's 4 days. 4 days of music. Bear in mind, sometimes I think you can get there early as well. So you're talking almost like a week of just being in the same location. The location alone, where you are, what you can do, what you can do as well. Festival number
3
is Terminator. Festival number
4
Brutal Assault. Brutal Assault looks awesome. Again, location wise is a big appeal as well. The location is in the middle of the fort, which you can sit on top of the hill here and look across 2 stages that run simultaneously across from one another. Again, not a massive festival, but that's going to be really, really cool. Sitting there in that location, watching loads of metal bands, it's a unique place to have a festival. Logistically, how's that festival run? Where the location is, and cool locations always make things look something a bit different than just plonking a festival in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere. Having it in a fort, or in Terminator's case, on a river, definitely makes it unique. And again, I looked at this one years and years and years ago when I was a teenager, and one of those ones that's always in the back of my mind, thinking, oh, I'd like to go there one day. That would be pretty cool. This year's lineup, for example, which takes place in August, you've got Dimmu Borgir, you've got Gojira, Opeth, Mastodon, the Bathory tribute. I really wish they played Grasspop. Mayhem, Fear Factory, Dark Funeral, Sire playing again, man. It's really, really cool. Where it is, and yeah, man, it looks so cool. You can see by the photos how cool this looks. There's so many cool little seating areas as well, and you can go in like inside the fortlet and have food and drink. It looks like an amazing festival, like awesome festival. I'm not sure this video is a great idea now to fix the blues. Festival number
5
Resurrection Fest takes place in like the Coruña area of Spain. Me and my brother had tickets a couple of years ago, and then we couldn't go because my partner was pregnant, blah, 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 and we couldn't go. I think they've just had their edition this year. The Resurrection Fest, to me, looks a very similar sort of lineup to what Grasspop was. So, for example, you had Judas Priest, Korn, Slipknot, and Fallen in Reverse. All of those bands played Grasspop, as well as Ginger, Lindemann, Skin Dreads. It's a very, very similar lineup. Like another festival we looked at going to was Resurrection Fest, because it looked pretty sweet. The location of it is nearer the seafront, I think. Doesn't look like it's nothing like a download size or a Hellfest size or something like that. It's nothing monstrous. It's nothing like you can go there and think, oh my god, this is an overwhelming amount of people. There's a lot of people, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, holy shit, I cannot go here because there's like 100,000 people. But Resurrection Fest always seems to have a solid lineup as well, every single year. And every time I look at the recap videos that they do after they've had the festival, it looks so much fun. Everyone looks like they're having a great time. I've only heard good things about it. I haven't heard anyone complain about anything really from Resurrection Fest, unless anyone in the comments can tell me otherwise. Any of these things that you want to have a discussion about, pop it in the comments down below and we'll have a discussion, because I want to know more. I would like to know if you guys have been there before or to any of these festivals. What were your experiences? What were your opinions of what happened and things like that? What would you say is the good things about these festivals? What would you say is the negative about these festivals? I think they got Estrella as their beer, and what it says here is like you got a lot of stuff that's family orientated as well. So it has that family feel to it. Resurrection Fest, again, another one we've looked at for years and years and years, and we were this close to going as well. Again, one of the ones I want to do in the future as well.
This is Festival number 6.
Festival number 6 is Mystic Festival over in Poland. This is in Gdansk, which is a port city in the north of Poland. It looks awesome because it's basically inside the port. This is one that's sneaking up on a few people now. It's starting to grow and it's starting to get a bit bigger and it's starting to get a bit more notoriety and people are starting to take notice of it. I mean, I've been to Poland before and I loved going to Poland. I thought Poland was fantastic. Just going to the country, the place that itself and all the restaurants and stuff like that, because I don't think they do camping here, but it's like limited camping. If I look to go to Mystic Festival, I'd look to potentially get an Airbnb or get a hotel or something in Gdansk. It's right on the port front. It's right like at the edge, in the centre, pretty close to the centre of Gdansk. And you got hotels all around. You got restaurants all around as well. But the festival itself looks really cool. And again, location-wise, it's in by the port and the river that runs through. Lineup-wise, it's sort of similar size to Bloodstock, Summer Breeze, that sort of thing. I mean, you got In Flames, King Diamond, Sepultura, Opeth, Apocalyptica, Bullet for My Valentine, Exodus, Suicidal Tendencies, The Backery Tribute, Municipal Waste, Cattle Decapitation, which had to pull out, unfortunately. Pentagram, I Hate God, some really cool band. Nile played as well. Celestial Sanctuary are playing. My boys are playing that festival. It's a really pretty sweet festival, I'd say. So another one that we can look at is going to Mystic Festival. Another reason that we end up wanting to go there is because in comparison it's quite a cheap festival to go to. I think tickets, so they've got tickets on for 2026 for sale now. So blind early bird tickets for 4 days of music. Blind Bird's 4-day ticket is 188 euros. 188 euros. 188 euros roughly works out to about 160, 165 quid. For all those bands, that's pretty decent. Bloodstock now is what, 195 quid? And that's only, a bit of a Thursday and 3 full days. This is almost four full days of music. So I think you get quite a good value for money in the bands that you see, as well as, how many days for as well. I think that's really good value. And I think if you go there, I think you'd have a fantastic time. They also do a VIP bundle as well. The VIP bundle is about 317 euros. But I think for that you get like a t-shirt, a lanyard, free drinks in the VIP bar, and you get access to like the VIP area, and there's like a special, I'm sure they said there's like a special viewing platform or something like that, which they have as well, which is pretty cool. Mystic Festival is definitely one I would like to go to. One I like going to Poland anyway, and I think it's fantastic. Also, the festival looks bloody good and value for money, and that's what you got to do these days for festivals, is look for value for money. So the last 2 festivals I'm going to talk about are both in America. I've always been curious to see what the scene is like. I mean, not the scene, because a lot of the bands we like are American anyway, but I want to see what like the crowds are like and how they approach a festival. The last one is a little bit different in its own category, and even this festival is not really the same because it doesn't really have camping. I think it's Maryland, but Maryland's Death Fest looks unbelievable lineup. It looks so good. Me and Kieran from the Diffy Donutters have been discussing this, and it's like, can we justify paying this amount for flights? 600 quid for flights, and then get the hotel and get the ticket. It's a lot of money. Coming from the UK, going over to America, it's a lot of money. But the lineup looks really good. Like Sarcophago are playing with Incubus back with them. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Creator are playing a deep cut set. What that means, I don't know. It could be just old shit, I don't know. But you want to see it because of what they're going to play. A Grave old school set. A Destruction set. You got Dying Fetus, you got Death Angel, you got Batushka, you got The Crown, you got Cancer, you got Mortician, you got Pig Destroyer, you got 1914, you got Hell Butcher, you got God Dethroned. So many good bands, man. So many cool bands playing that festival. Cryptic Shift are playing, and they're from Leeds. And I think they're fantastic. The festival itself is located in the harbour, or near the harbour anyway. So it's, again, quite a cool location in the middle of Baltimore. I think that's pretty sweet. I'm always curious to go over to America and interact with Americans essentially and see what they think about music and what they think about, you know, our European festivals and things like that. That's another cool thing to have a discussion. And having a discussion with people, it's always fun, especially when it's about metal music. Another one that's appealed to me because of the bands that have been announced, and you know, I've only heard good things about it. I've seen videos online of people that have gone in previous years, and it looks really, really cool. And the way they set it out, and the stalls inside, and it's like layered in like room and tiers, and yeah, it looks really sweet. So I don't know, it's not much more to say about that one other than I just really want to go. Festival number 7, Maryland Death Fest. Maryland. Now comes to my last festival that we want to go to, and I say we because my partner really wants to go to this one too, is 70,000 Tons of Metal. Really, really want to go to that. It looks so much fun. It looks like you could have, it is a holiday. You're on a cruise, right? If you don't know what 70,000 Tons of Metal is, which I'm pretty sure everyone does at this point, 70,000 Tons of Metal is on a cruise liner. Goes from Fort Lauderdale to, it changes every single year. So I think next year they are going to Labadee in Haiti. So they're going to Haiti, sometimes they go to Jamaica, sometimes they go to the Dominican, all over the place. Every single year it's slightly different. You're on a cruise liner full of metal bands and metalheads. Every year I watch the recap videos, and every year I watch people do a vlog of it, and you see people in the big dining hall all wearing like shirts like this, eating like gourmet food and things like that, and it's hilarious. But you got like karaoke on the ship, you've got, you know, all the stuff you would have on a cruise liner, but for metalheads. And I think that's brilliant. I think that's so cool and so hilarious. You could just walk from one stage to another. They have one stage that's out on the pool deck, and you could sit in the jacuzzi whilst fucking, I don't know, Dying Fetus are playing on stage, and you're in the jacuzzi in a fucking hot tub whilst having an ice cream and a fucking sex on the beach. It sounds incredible. Where else are you going to do that? You're not going to do that anywhere else. What's also really sweet about that festival is that they get to play 2 sets. I think what most bands end up playing one set at one part of the festival, and then a few days later they do another set on a different stage. I think that's how it works. It just looks a laugh, and I think music goes on so long, so late, that people say you have to gauge when you want to get up, because you're going to get no sleep, and it's tiring, but also you're on a cruise liner. So, but then when you go to your location, you can get off, and then from what I've seen, when you get off at said location, wherever it may be, they're ready, and they got people there on the island where you're going, and they've catered to your, you know, all the metalheads, whether it's just playing music in the background or they got a full-on party to meet up with you, whether some of them do scuba diving, some of them do like zip lining, some of them do other things. I've seen so many cool people on YouTube and other really cool channels on YouTube go to 70,000 Tons of Metal and have an absolute blast, and I'm so jealous every single time that I really, really want to go, because again, the lineup looks fantastic. The 2025's edition, you had Candlemass, you had Decapitated, you had Emperor, you had Hammerfall, you had Isan, you had Kalmar, you had Mork, you had Onslaught, you had Sepultura, Sonata Arctica, Tankard, Trollfest. I've seen Trollfest. If you saw Trollfest on that cruise liner, having all the beers and all the cocktails in a jacuzzi while seeing Trollfest doing Pink Flamingos, you've peaked. Me and Ellie's plan is for our 40th, we're aiming to go to 70,000 Tons of Metal, and that's our aim. We want to go to 70,000 Tons of Metal for our 40th because it looks amazing, and it's something to look forward to. I look forward to all the festivals that we do anyway, but that one to me seems like the to me it's the one that we've always looked at and gone, oh fuck, that'd be nice. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? You get a holiday surrounded by metal bands. It don't get much better than that, in my opinion. So yeah, that was the festivals that I want to go to. What are your festivals that you want to go to? Please let me know if there's any that you are aspiring to go to or you plan to go to this year. Let me know if you've already been to one this year and you want to let me know how it was or recommend one. Feel free. If you want to recommend any more festivals to me, I'm not going to say no. I want to see all the cool festivals and what's available and what's on offer. So if you watched this whole video, thank you very much. If you're new here and started watching after the Grasspop video, thank you very much. I want to make more regular content like this. I want to talk about metal music more, interact with you guys a little bit more as well. It's really, really fun. I enjoy talking about it all the time. So I want to do this more. I've been trying to do this more. And I'm hoping I get to do this more now. So thank you very much. And this video didn't help at all. I want to go to a festival now. Bollocks. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.